Let's bring in Axiom Strategies Republican strategist Erin Maguire. Erin, good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. So this is becoming a trend of Democrats trying to check in on these ICE facilities only to be turned away. All of this is, of course, to score political points. So who's winning the messaging war here?
When it comes to the messaging, Democrats are making an absolute mess of themselves. Hysterics and political theater are not going to persuade voters that Democrats are on the right side of the immigration argument in this country. These are the same Democrats who have espoused open borders, defund ICE. They have villainized and chastise members of Customs and Border Protection. And now all of a sudden they care about what's happening when it comes to immigration only because it involves enforcement. Instead, what Democrats should do is join with President Trump, who has secured the southern border of the United States, and start enforcing the laws and making the necessary changes so that our country is safer. Political theater does not help this country become more sovereign and safer and get these illegal immigrant criminals out. So who are Democrats siding with yet again? Illegal criminals, illegal immigrants, and not the American people. Democrats need to do their job. And apparently they can't read the rules either, because if they applied for a tour, they would have gotten one. This is a holding facility with possible criminals in there. Why do you think you can just show up and storm in? That's insane behavior, but that is the moniker of the Democrat Party.
Yeah, well, DHS is saying, yeah, just schedule a tour, give us a week's notice, and everything will be okay. So from Maryland to New York City we go, and the latest polling shows Zohran Mamdani, the Democrat candidate for mayor, is massively in the lead. The question, who would you vote for mayor? Mamdani received 50%. Cuomo, Sliwa, and Adams combined have less than that, with Mayor Eric Adams, the incumbent, with just at 7%, less than the Republican candidate. So there's a New York Times article titled "Anybody But Mamdani: 5 Groups Emerged to Raise Millions in Attack Funds." It goes on to say real estate titans and financiers are forming super PACs to try to defeat Zohran Mamdani. Some organizers say that they won't succeed unless Mayor Eric Adams or former Governor Andrew Cuomo drops out. So what do you think is going on here, Erin? The thinking among some is that even with all the money in the world, Zohran Mamdani is going to win unless another candidate drops out, because right now all the other 3 are splitting the vote.
That's true. And this outside money could play an important factor because, as we've seen historically, television ads are still the best way in politics to deliver a message. So that kind of money going into a very expensive media market in New York City could help move voters. But even if Cuomo and Adams dropped out, that's still not enough of a coalescing to be able to beat Mamdani at this point. If you have a D next to your name in the state of New York, it's not very hard to lose. It's not very hard to lose. But Cuomo alienated himself here. He was the one who was chased out of office for saying that he was Italian when he was accused of sexual harassment. So New Yorkers said no to that. Good choice there. Eric Adams alienated himself from the city, and Democrats rejected him. But you can look in any city in the state of New York, and you will see a failed Democrat like you're going to see with Mamdani in New York City. You can look in Buffalo and Binghamton and Rochester and Albany. Democrats fail across the state, but this is what New York has decided with a uniparty. And this could lead to a political revolution. If Mamdani wins New York City and drives it into the ground with his socialist policies, that is an opportunity for a Republican governor to beat Hochul come the next election. Republicans can unite. Normal New Yorkers can unite and win this state back, but it's going to take a political revolution, and Mamdani might be the one to do it.
That could be a lose the battle, win the war type of scenario. Republican strategist Erin Maguire, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.